Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. My name is David A. Kwa and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a brand new visitor to my YouTube channel, you have no idea what my videos are all about. I normally talk about things I'm passionate about like movies, comic books, video games. I do hauls, reviews, unboxings. If that's the type of thing you're into, you may want to check out my other content. And if you like what you see, do subscribe. Today we're actually going to take a look at the X-Men film franchise. Now, this is not my X-Men collection. I already did make a video about that, I think 2 years ago. Not much has changed since then. A couple magazines, a couple more DVDs and movies related to X-Men have been released through the years. But go check out that video if you want to see. This is only about the movies, alright? So I can see right there, action figures, magazines. We got the movies, of course, alright? More action figures and magazines over here also. Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Cyclops. We're going to talk about each of the movies. I'm going to give you my thoughts. And we'll just go from there, okay? I love the X-Men. I first knew about the X-Men back in back in the 90s, the TV series, okay? That was my first exposure to the X-Men, was the old cartoon. And since then, huge fan. I've collected all the toys and stuff like that. I got like toys from the animated series, and I actually read some of the comics and stuff like that. X-Men's great, man. I watch all the X-Men Evolution, Wolverine, the X-Men, everything. All right, I love X-Men, and I still read the comics, and as you can see, the collection is still growing today. Let's go ahead and talk about the movies. All right, we'll go each one, the ones I have so far, and we'll just go from there. There's more movies coming up in the future. XMen Apocalypse is coming out like this week, actually. At the time of this video, XMen Apocalypse is about to come out. I have not seen it yet. All right. We have a Gambit movie. We have another Wolverine single, alone, all by himself type of movie. You know, another one, a third one with Hugh Jackman. They say it's going to be rated R. We're not sure if that's going to actually happen. Hopefully it does. Deadpool was a, R-rated superhero movie, and it did really well, you know. And there was a Gambit movie with Channing Tatum. A lot of good stuff coming concerning the X-Men movies, okay? And they're teasing that Mr. Sinister is going to be in the movie that comes out after this one. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the movies, okay? Yeah, I went to Comic-Con as Wolverine one year, you know, so yeah, that's to show you how much I love X-Men. Out of all the characters I could have been dressed as for Comic-Con, I chose Wolverine, you know. Nice picture of me in Wonder Woman. I used it on my Facebook profile pic for a while, too. Alright, the first X-Men movie. I first learned about the first X-Men movie from a trailer in a video game. That's right, I played a video game on PlayStation 1 back in 1999 or something like that. It was called XMen Mutant Academy for PlayStation 1. It was a fighting game. You can play your characters, and there was actually a way to unlock the movie costumes and stuff like that. And they actually had on the menu the trailer to the first X-Men movie, alright? And I watched that trailer a bajillion times. You can pause it. If you have a Game Shark with your PlayStation 1, you can watch the video outside of the game, and you'd be able to pause it and stuff like that. And when the movie came out, I didn't watch it in theaters, by the way, but I saw it from my uncle. My uncle had the movie, and the movie we saw it at my grandparents' house, and we actually did enjoy it. I will have to admit there were a lot of changes, but even from a very young age, okay, from a very young age, I knew that the movies and the cartoon animated series, whatever, it's not going to be exactly the same. Alright? There is not going to be 100% adaptation of it, but for me it's like, as long as they have the characters and they have their right personalities and stuff like that, if the movie was true to the character, that's all I really think about. Like, I remember when I was a little kid, right? When I was a little kid, there was a movie called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I saw the cartoon, I loved the cartoon, okay? I watched the cartoon more than anything. It was back in the 80s and 90s. And then they had movies, you know, they had like the live action movies, they had Secret of the Ooze, and then like Turtles Back in Time and stuff like that. It was not a direct, there's characters were different in the movies and stuff like that. That dude Tatsu was never in the cartoon, you know. And where was Bebop and Rocksteady? There was Toka and Razar, like everything's changed for the movies. So ever from a little kid, you know, like I'm talking about 5 years old, maybe even younger than that, I knew that the movies is not going to be the same thing as the cartoon. All right, and I knew that from a very young age. It was the same thing with Batman. It was the same thing with other characters at the time. Like what else? It was had a cartoon at the time, but Back to the Future. I watched the Back to the Future cartoon series back when I was a little kid, and the movies was like not the same as that much at all. You know, it's like the voices of the characters were different and they look different and stuff like that. So that's what I mean. Okay, same thing with Turtles. The same thing with X-Men, okay? I understand that as long as you keep the character right, they have the exact same powers, they don't change too much, I was fine with that. I think the biggest change that I was kind of uncomfortable with were the costumes. Like Wolverine was maskless, you know, he didn't have a mask on, they didn't have the suits and stuff like that. And out of all the costumes, you know, they're all dark and stuff like that, but I thought they were fine, okay? Like Wolverine still had like the yellow outlines, Cyclops had the blue, and you know, Magneto had like it wasn't like the perfect costume, but it was like it had the right shade, you know, like it had red on it, and that's all I really care about, you know. I think the character looked most like his you know, looked normal was probably like Storm, and probably like Professor Xavier. You know, they look right. But when I was a little kid, I saw the I was like a teenager when the first movie came out in 2000, and I was like hoping to see other characters, you know, like Gambit and Beast. You know, they were my favorite characters in the cartoon show, and they didn't show up in the movies. And I was like, okay, hopefully they make another movie and they'll put the characters in that one. You know, so I have here the Blu-ray and the DVD. This is like the X-Men 1.5. I remember the original DVD release, the one that my uncle had, and it was really cool. You know, like it slid out of the box and then fold out and stuff like that. I really like that like DVD set. I mean, these are okay. You know. It's the normal plastic open box kinds, okay? But I enjoyed the movie, and I was looking for, I knew they were going to make more, okay? I knew that the movie was going to be successful. Back then, superhero movies aren't like, you know, they didn't come out every year like they do now. Now it's like, in 1 year, you can get a Batman vs. Superman and Captain America Civil War, you can get Deadpool, all in the same year. You know, that's very rare when I was a little kid, okay? Superhero movies and comic book movies are like, very rare back then. I think X-Men was pretty much the movie that kind of started it all, pretty much. Like after Batman and Robin was gone, I think X-Men came out, and then at later at the end was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Onward and, you know, Daredevil and all that stuff. So I think X-Men was kind of like the beginning of the Marvel movies, pretty much. Alright, let's talk about the next movie in this series. X2, X-Men United, okay. Although if you watch the movie, it never said anything about X-Men United. That was just on the box, you know. All right, so I got here also the DVD and the Blu-ray. I like the DVD cover because it's all shiny and stuff, you know. It has this kind of metallic look to it, and I love this movie, man. I think I love Nightcrawler the most. Nightcrawler, I love how Bryan Singer like did his BAMF, you know, how he does his powers and stuff like that. I thought it was really clever, you know? I thought it was just going to disappear, like, you know, in the cartoon. But I like the little smoke and stuff like that, too. Well, no, in the cartoon he had a little smoke, too. But not like in this one, you know? It was, like, really weird. But he was my favorite character in the entire movie. I loved it. I love how, you know, Wolverine was badass, you know? He was, like, stabbing people with his claws, you know? He actually took... the scene in the kitchen or whatever with Iceman with Bobby, he was like and stabbed the dude against the wall, you know. It's like, what the crap? I'm a kid watching this movie, you know, but I thought it was really cool, you know, to see Wolverine being all mean and stuff like that. So I really liked it, and we got a little look at the Wolverine's past and stuff like that. Yeah. I think for a lot of people, X-Men 2 was probably their favorite movie in the entire franchise. The Last Stand, on the other hand, I liked Beast. Like I think Kelsey Grammer, whatever his name is, did an amazing job as Beast, and they brought him back for Days of Future Past too. So I thought that was really great. I thought Angel was really cool. I think the only thing they really screwed up with this movie was Phoenix and a few more other characters. You know, there's like. They killed Cyclops, and like, what the heck's going on here? They kill everyone, you know? Professor Xavier's turned to dust and all that stuff, and everyone loses their powers. Like, I didn't think it was. I was like, this is the end. This is probably the end of the X-Men franchise. That was really short, you know. I think, you know, there were certain parts that are good. I actually go back to this movie a few times and watch certain parts and stuff like that. But I understand that not everyone was very happy with it, and I wasn't like 100% with it either, you know. I watched X-Men 3 with my friends on DVD. I never saw it in theaters. I did with X2, you know. I saw X-Men 2 in theaters with my dad and my sister, okay. But X-Men 3, I waited till after it came out on DVD and I watched it with my friends, Tony and Paul. And I remember one part where it's like, see, my friends are huge Dragon Ball Z fans, and I thought the one part where it's like Bobby and what's the fire dude's name? I totally forgot his name. It's been a while since I've seen X-Men 3. But yeah, they were like going, ha, you know, it's like against each other's powers and stuff like that. I thought it was really cool. And of course, so if you really think about it, I actually bought some of these movies, double, triple dip on some of these movies, you know? Here's a triple feature, it's got all 3 movies. For a while, I actually lived by myself, you know, in the dorms and stuff like that, and I needed some movies, but I didn't want to take these with me, you know, I want to keep them at home, so I bought like a cheaper version of it in case I get robbed or whatever while I'm out, because I lived in a pretty dark neighborhood when I was out by myself, and I had these movies, okay, cheap, no special features whatsoever, there it is, alright. X-Men Origins Wolverine, got the rental exclusive here. I think Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds was really cool to see in the movie. Although he kind of screwed up his character later on in the movie, though. I did not see this movie in theaters either. Because at the time, you know, being in college and stuff like that, you have to save your money a little bit. Gotta be cheap. And I saw on YouTube or wherever it was, they actually had like an unreleased movie. I don't know if you read the... I think you can just go on Wikipedia and just read about the controversy during the time. They actually re-released the movie unfinished before the movie even came out. I'm talking about months before the movie even came out. They came out with what is called a work print. Like all the special features, these special effects. The special effects weren't even completed yet and stuff like that. There were like sketches and wireframes and stuff like that. I saw that one first before I saw the final movie. Now, of course, I bought the movie later on, so I did support it. I didn't just watch that bootleg and that was it, you know. And I think Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine, I thought Gambit was really cool too, although it was kind of like, we didn't see him enough. But it kind of screwed up a lot of the continuity a little bit, because from this movie we know that they have a history and stuff like that, you know, they're brothers and whatever, but when we see Sabretooth and Logan meet in the first X-Men, they didn't recognize each other and stuff like that, you know? I mean, I understand Logan not recognizing him, but why did Sabretooth not say anything, you know? So I thought it was kind of different. Although when you think about it, I guess it does kind of make sense a little bit. But there's so many things, you know? So many things, like you watch X-Men First Class or X-Men Days of Future Past or even Wolverine, and it's like inconsistencies, you know, with age and change of actors and stuff like that, you know. What's next? X-Men First Class. When I first saw this movie, I got the Target exclusive with the digital comics and stuff like that, by the way. I love the cover of this one. I loved it. Okay, I enjoyed it. I saw it with my friend John. You probably have seen him in my birthday video and stuff like that. We actually went to the balcony. That was my first time ever watching any movie in the balcony at the East 13th Warren Theater. Okay, they actually have a balcony where you can drink alcohol and order food and stuff like that. And the seats were like double priced and whatever. It was my first time up there, and I saw it with my friend John. X-Men First Class. All right, it was cool, and I enjoyed it. Okay, good times with good friends. The Wolverine, saw it with Tony and Johnny, my friends Tony and Johnny. Okay, saw it in theaters. I liked it. My sister saw herself, and she was like, in the movie they were actually eating a hot pot, which is you know, Asian dish. And after my sister watched it, she was like, I want to go eat some hot pot. Okay, so that was really funny. But yeah, it was cool to see Wolverine, you know. I was kind of disturbed with the bone claws, though. But it really teased. I like the after credit teaser. Because we actually saw all the characters return in X-Men Days of Future Past, where they kind of retcon all the inconsistencies and whatever. Bryan Singer's back in the seat. He actually directed the first 2 movies, and then there's like all these random people were directing the movies. He came back and was like, you know, this is my franchise. Watch this. You know, let me show you how a real X-Men movie is done. It was done fantastically. I thought it was great. You know, Quicksilver. Of course, everyone loves Quicksilver. And I love Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. You know, this is her her second time in this role. James McAvoy as Professor Xavier. He was a great actor also. And of course, in the middle of everything is Hugh Jackman. I hope you see. I hope the last time we see him as Wolverine is his. You know, we say to ourselves, no one else can do it better than Hugh Jackman. Okay, this is his role. Okay. Deadpool. I got a custom DVD cover right here. I actually like this more than the official one that they have in stores, where it's just like a close-up of his face. I like this cover a lot more. You see his whole body, you see a couple other characters back there and stuff. You just Google Deadpool DVD cover and you'll find this. Okay. I like Deadpool. Okay. It was good. It was funny. I saw it with my dad. I saw it with my friend Tony and his uncle Johnny. We enjoyed the movie. All right. A lot of toilet humor and stuff like that. Kind of people would say it was kind of childish humor, but whatever. It was good. It was true to the character. I liked it. I actually went as Deadpool to Air Capital Comic-Con. I don't know if you saw that video. There's a video montage on my YouTube channel, and I made a video talking about Deadpool. By the way, I made a separate video talking about it. Another custom cover. Okay. The movie's not out yet, so I just took a separate box and just plugged this in, okay? XMen Apocalypse. I have not seen it yet. It's actually coming out this week. Unfortunately, I'm going to Texas for a vacation with my family. I'll be hanging out with my sister, spending time with my parents. My parents actually have a wedding to go to, and I have to drive them there and stuff like that. And maybe during that time I can watch X-Men Apocalypse. I don't know. I mean, my dad wants to see it too, so I probably have to wait till... Because here's the plan. I'm actually going to drive my parents to the wedding, which is like an hour away from my sister's place. She's the one who lives in Texas. And while I'm there, I have like, I don't know, 2-3 hours of them attending the wedding and the reception and stuff like that. And I'm not going to the thing. I don't even know the people. So I'm just going to drop them off at the church and whatever. And I'm just going to go explore the city. Because, you know, I don't live in Texas. I want to drive around and check out the sights and stuff like that. So maybe I'll check out a park, maybe a museum, or I just go watch a movie. I don't know. That's the plan right now. Okay, is that hopefully there's some good game stores or DVD stores in Texas. Okay, I mean, yeah. So yeah, some of the action figures I have here. We got Cyclops over on this side. Okay, Cyclops action figures. He's actually one of my favorite characters. Is Cyclops. I have like multiple different versions of the character. Over here, Rogue, mint in box. Although the box is kind of, look, I should have put it by the window. It's all yellow now. I love Anna Paquin as Rogue, man. I can't imagine anyone else being Rogue. Nightcrawler, of course, one of my favorite characters from the entire franchise. Looking forward to seeing a younger version of him in X-Men Apocalypse. And of course over here we got Wolverine, alright? And I'm a huge fan of Wolverine. I went as Wolverine for a Comic-Con, I told you guys that already. Here are my claws, you know? And I think that's pretty much it when it comes to X-Men related talk, you know? I don't know how long I've been talking. Oh wow, I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. You know, it's been like 18. Alright, so that's it everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the upcoming movies for X-Men. I'm sure that when the Gambit movie or Wolverine 3 comes out, I'll make another video saying, go watch it. It's great, you know? If you're interested in other stuff that I'm about to upload and stuff like that, do subscribe. I also have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, like everything's the same name as my username on YouTube, okay? Watch my gameplay live streams. I think one thing that's missing from this collection is I do have the X2. When X-Men 2 came out, they had a Wolverine video game. It's in my, video game collection. But I have it. You guys have seen videos, of my collection, video game collections, and it was just sitting in there. So I have it. But yeah, we're only talking about the movies anyway, so. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. Rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Who is your favorite X-Men character? Doesn't even have to be in the movies. We can talk about comic books or anything. Comment below and let me know.